on, fellas, and welcome back to Hertha Hero with Hertha Berlin on Football Manager 2020 with me, Foggy Plays. As you can see, the Champions League group stage draw is upon us, so we are seeded first for the draw, which means we can't get Barcelona, PSG, AC Milan, Ajax, Man United, Lyon or Bruges. Speaking of Man United, they tried to sign Lvly for 42 million. It's not going to happen. So we are just going to draw all the groups first. So in Group F, we can get teams such as Liverpool, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan, Chelsea, Real Madrid, can't get Leipzig, or Porto. I'm going to say Real Madrid. We can't. They've got into Group D. Group A is looking quite tasty. Would have been nice to get that group. I think, let's draw the next one. Liverpool. Yeah, okay. Barcelona and Chelsea. Interesting. And Leipzig, PSG. The next draw, I wouldn't mind Standard Liège or Bromby, maybe Young Boys. Rios Novo is playing for Young Boys. It would be nice to go play against him. What I don't want is Sevilla, Atalanta or Spartak Moscow. Mostly Spartak Moscow because I just don't want the players to have to travel to Russia. But yeah, Group A, Sevilla have a good chance, I would say. Group C, a bit fruity. Bromby, poor Bromby. Bromby again, AC Milan and Real Madrid. So Spartak Moscow into Group E. I'll take Young Boys. Okay, we've got Young Boys. Barcelona, Chelsea, Lille. Ooh. Okay, so what do we have left? So Dynamo Kiev, Salzburg, Bournemouth, Mainz, Chelsea, Rosenborg, Sion, or Stuttgart. I wouldn't mind getting Bournemouth to play against an English team. We can't get Bournemouth to be Liverpool. Rosenborg. I'd like Rosenborg. Okay, we can't get Rosenborg. We also can't get Mainz or Stuttgart. So we are Salzburg. Okay, we can't get Salzburg because they've been drawn in the group with Lyon, Atletico Madrid and Atalanta. Group B, that's a tough group. Man United, Juventus, Standard Liège and Stuttgart. Group D gets Dynamo Kiev. Group E, Sion. So we have to get Celtic. Yeah, okay, so we had to get Celtic. Barcelona, Chelsea, Lille, Mainz. I would say that's a very easy group for Barcelona and Chelsea. I could be wrong. But I think Sevilla, Porto and Ajax, that's going to be a fruity group. And Bournemouth get PSG, Leipzig and Benfica. So that's a nice little draw for them. So we'll just jump forward one day. It should have moved all the fixtures around by now. It has. We have Celtic away first. I think we play Celtic away first. Sounds like a plan to me. Young Boys do have Rios Novo, who has just joined them for a rather large sum of money, 15 millones. So Celtic away, then Liverpool at home and Young Boys at home. Okay, well this works out perfectly because we play Celtic away. The next episode will be Young Boys away and then Liverpool away to end the group. I think the Liverpool away at the end of the group could be a decider. Maybe. I don't think there's been any transfers. Man United put in, they had a new offer of 70 million, rejected. So, we haven't brought anyone else in, and I don't think anyone else is. We've had a couple of players go on loan. That's not overly important. Since you were here last, we did play Wolfsburg, beat them 2-0, Esposito and Daniel Graciar. I think this guy is going to be an absolute worldie. If he can get his finishing up and anticipation decisions, this guy's got to be a beast of a striker. He's only currently a 2-star. Says he is our 7th best striker, but Bays and Jonathan David aren't strikers anymore. They don't play as strikers. They're wingback and winger. I think this guy, he can do the business for us. Right, we'll be back for the Celtic game in just a second. Hopefully, we can start off the group well. Right, fellas, back now for the Celtic game. And as you can see, Barcelona have beaten Chelsea. Spartak Moscow, interestingly, beat Club Brugge. Didn't expect that. But we are going into this game on the back of interesting form. Since we were here last, we beat Nuremberg 2-0, Esposito and Caio George both scoring. Then against Fortuna Dusseldorf, 3-3. That's very disappointing. Caio George with a brace, Carlos Mina scored as well, and Dusseldorf scored in the 88th minute. For one of, I think it was the Martins goal, Garvidal and Bingham combined to just be absolutely terrible. Update on Ireland, just quickly. We won our first two games. We beat Denmark 7-0 with, I think it was 5 players making debuts. And that was delightful. And then we beat Hungary 3-2. Shane Duffy with a brace. All the goals he scored. He also scored against Denmark. Every one of his goals was from a header, of course. He is the tallest man in the world. But we are going to go into the Celtic game as favourites. They're not happy with the signing of Johnson Fryer. To be fair, he has been injured since he arrived. So this is how we're lining up for the game against Celtic. Am I starting Xerxes up front? No. I don't know why it's Xerxes up front. Bingham is going to start in goal. Alec and Michael are going to start as our wing-backs. Gentile and Garvidal as our centre-backs. Szoboszlai and Arne Meyer, who is just back from an injury, starts in central midfield. Mina and Esposito as our wide men. Caio George and Gracier up front. Esposito, he's quite good as a winger as well, so an inside forward. We do have selection problems. I want to get a lot of these players in, but we can't. Like Horvath possibly would have been on the bench. Jorginho is still upset that we didn't, or that we offered him to a club. Offered him out to clubs after we rejected an offer for him, and then he wanted to leave, but then he decided that he wanted to stay after I offered him out to clubs, which is kind of annoying. Szoboszlai hasn't thrown any hissy fits about us not accepting any offers because we haven't had any in quite a while, so we're not having to worry about Szoboszlai wanting to leave because nobody's offering the money for him. And we agreed with him 150 million and he could leave. And so far, nobody's met that 150 million. We did actually make one transfer. You might have realised that he wasn't on the list. Jonathan David is gone 77 million to Borussia Dortmund. So I think, if anything, we're just helping Borussia Dortmund get out of mid-table mediocrity, which is where they've been for the last couple of seasons. And Carlos Mina opens the scoring after 7 minutes. It is quite nice. Szoboszlai with the assist. Carlos Mina, to be fair, did most of this by himself. Cutting in, getting a turn. It looked like it took a deflection, but it actually didn't. Celtic do have some rather interesting players playing for them. John Joe Kenny at right back. Goretzka in central midfield. They have Kramaric up front. There was someone else I saw in the pre-match thing that you get from your scouts. Oh, Carlos Mina done it again. Caio George this time with the assist. We do actually have a couple of Celtic players in our Ireland team, so we did get the opportunity to come watch this match, which makes no sense because we're playing in this match. We're managing Hertha Berlin. But yeah, the Ireland job has gone well so far, which is unexpected. The 7-0 against Denmark was very surprising. But we'll have a look. See, is there anyone else? Vrsaljko, that's who it was. Vrsaljko is playing for Celtic. And is that? Yeah, Karamko Dembele. Or Karamako Dembele. Still playing for Celtic. We're 6 years into the future. I would have expected him to have left by now. Celtic obviously have something to offer if he's hanging around. And what a goal by their left back. Wow. That was unexpected. Gracier having a poor game. So is Meyer, but Meyer is literally just back from an injury. Like, he was fit yesterday. No, I'm not going to say doing well. Gentile needs a slight talking to. Arne Meyer needs a little bit of a chat as well. I'm going to swap Gracier and Esposito, I think. Because the two of them are playing pretty poor. So if I just bring Esposito up front, hopefully that'll fix that. I hope. No? Celtic with the free kick. Gentile gets a clear. Michael. Mina gets turned. Turns and burns. Gracier. Or check. Wonder Kid. Gets it across. Kyle George doesn't get there. Arne Meyer does. And the keeper pushes it onto the crossbar. Alec, who wanted a new contract. And then when I offered him, or had a chat with him, he said, no, you're grand, thanks. So, Gracier, he hits the woodwork. Supposedly. Gets dispossessed by Rogic. Who then punts it right at the the fans. Gentile, Esposito. Is Esposito on? No, he's off. Looked like he was onside. We'll have a look. Oh no, he was. He was very offside. He was standing on the goal line when the ball came in. So that kind of makes sense why he'd be offside there. Alec gets it back to Gentile. Mina down to Zabalza, back to Mina. Arne Meyer gets dispossessed, but Michael picks it up. Gracier cuts in, and 2 or 3 Celtic players got a touch on that as it went out. We don't win the ball, but Gracier gets it back. Garvidal. It's just nothing happens with it. Right, we're going to make a change. Arne Meyer is struggling with his form. It's going to take him off, bring on Bruno Chiron, who is our Brazilian wonder kid, who's not really doing that well, I would say. So we're just going to make that change. We're going to bring on Xerxes for Gracier. So Esposito's been better since he went up front. Mina. Gentile's got himself an absolute beauty of a goal. Gentile's not even that tall of a player. I don't think. Is he? Pablo Gentile? 6 foot? He's not the tallest player in the world. But he comes in with a thunderous header at the back post. For Salco's come on for Leo Connor. That was a terrible... That was just a calamity of errors. Everything that happened in that highlight was shocking. Everything. A terrible throw. Then a terrible slide tackle. And Johnston just passed it into a huge amount of space to Henderson. Going to demand more. Now Celtic have a chance to equalise, which I'm not really feeling. Suppose I gets it clear. Kyle George picks it up, and now he starts running. Kyle George is still wanted by a bunch of clubs, and Esposito slide tackles it in. It's 4-2. We're going to make one more change. Michael's going to come off for... we'll bring on Jorginho. Move Garvidal to left back, and Jorginho can just stay as a ball playing defender on defend. So I think we're comfortable now. I want to say we're comfortable. Garvidal with the throw, short to Mina, well, short-ish. Kyle George. Okay, since the keeper blocked it, I was going to say, did we hit the woodwork again? Bingham to Gentile. Bingham's had a mare the last couple of games. Might not start him in the next one. Liverpool are absolutely destroying young boys. 5-0. Swansea, Xerxes, down to Garvidal, Esposito. Beautiful play. Celtic just standing there watching as we just passed the ball around them. Fantastic. 60,000 people have showed up today to watch Celtic lose at least 5-2 to Hertha Berlin. Bruno Chiron wins the ball back. Caio George. Back to Alec. Back to Caio George. Whips it across. It's cleared, but they send it back into their own box, which makes no sense. Alright, Caio George whips it across, and Xerxes balloons it. One thing I've definitely noticed is we have far too many centre backs. We really do need to get rid of some. And Gabriel's picked up a knock. That's not bueno. We have far too many centre backs. We need to shift someone in January, because otherwise we are going to end up just having very unhappy players. I'm going to tell Arne Meyer that I'm not happy with his form from that game. Against Hoffenheim, might start one of the other two keepers, because I don't know if continuing to play Bingham when he's off form like this is a good idea. Some of the results, pretty much every result, would be what you would expect. PSG beating Bournemouth, that's kind of expected. One thing that did happen in the last lot of games was, where was it? United got beaten by Juventus 2-1. Atletico Madrid 7-2 against Leipzig, or not Leipzig, Salzburg. So they had a good game. And in Group D, both games ended 4-0. AC Milan beat Brøndby 4-0. Real Madrid beat Dinamo Kiev 4-0. But we have lost Gabriel, so that's one of our centre backs injured, which I suppose kind of helps us make a decision that Gabriel is just not going to be available for the next game. So, it's just how it's going to be, I suppose. So next episode will be against Young Boys in our group in the Champions League. League-wise, I think we're third and we're down to fourth. Those 2 draws so far, not that helpful. There's a bunch of undefeated teams: Bayern Munich, Stuttgart, Cologne, us, Leipzig, Borussia Dortmund, and St. Pauli. St. Pauli have drawn every one of their games so far. That is consistent. That is consistent form. 0-0, 1-0, 1-0, 0-0. Interesting. I didn't realise they'd drawn every one of their games. Bayer Leverkusen haven't won a game yet. Nor have Frankfurt, Nuremberg, or Freiburg. Borussia Dortmund have 1 win and 3 draws. Form this year has been interesting. Bayern Munich, don't like the fact they're unbeaten. Don't like the fact they've won every one of their games. But it'll be fine. Rodrigo is top scorer for a team that are struggling. What? Right. Next episode will be Young Boys away from home. We're going to travel to Switzerland for the next episode. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Share with all of your friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!